Hello there, world of tankers, Untitled Blitz, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Tier 8 British medium tank, the Chimera. Now this is the hardest hitting Tier 8 medium in the game, in fact one of the hardest hitting tanks in the game, sitting at 440 average damage, and that is quite ridiculous when you do think about it. And this is actually one of my favorite Tier 8 mediums in the game, and finally, after months and months, in fact I think it's been over a year since this tank has been sold, it is finally back in the stores for the price tag of 10,000 gold. Now I right off the bat think that is actually a pretty dang good deal, and that's because the Chimera, in my opinion, is actually a ridiculously overpowered tank if you know what you're doing in it. I was doing a little bit of a practice run in the tank literally one game ago, and well, you can see I did 5,400 damage, and you may think that my mic sounds a little bit weird for today, and as well, I'm actually doing touchscreen today, and the reason for that being is because I am in Colorado on vacation, and I absolutely suck on this touchscreen monitor I'm trying to use, and the fact that I was able to get out almost 5,500 damage on literally my first game on a brand new touchscreen monitor that's really weird to play with just shows you how strong the Chimera is. So in today's video I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about the tank, what's good, what's bad, which I can tell you there really isn't a lot of bad things going for it. So let's talk a little bit about the statistics really quick. So first of all, aiming time pretty dang good at 4 seconds. Like, it's not great, but you have to remember that you're literally dealing more damage than every single tier 8 heavy except for like a VK 168 and a VK 100. So you've got decent aiming time, your dispersion is better than pretty much all IS series tanks at 0.326. Your damage per minute is also pretty dang good, again for 440 damage. That's way more than a 34.3. You're sitting at 2,000 damage per minute. The reload time is literally the same as the T34.3, and your penetration values are way ahead of it at 218 millimeters under standard. Now it does have a balancing factor. The premium, yeah, not necessarily the best, only 252. It's not really going to penetrate through like really tough, let's say an E75, you're going to have to get through the sides, not through the front. But again, that alpha really does make up for it in most scenarios. I can out-trade an IS-8, an ST-1. You can literally trade with tier 9 heavy tanks. I'm like, oh, that hurt a little, I guess. So it's kind of funny how much alpha this thing has, and it rips apart vehicles, let's say, like the FE301, those pesky little lights. This thing is very good at dealing with those. So the Chimera is one of my top-performing tier 8 mediums in the game, and I figured, you know what, let's do a live video on it. So bear in mind, I absolutely suck on this monitor, so if you see me being a noob, you will know why. But the Chimera, there's really nothing bad about it. It goes 50 kilometers per hour, 20 in reverse, so it's got decent power to weight ratio as well, 35 kilometer per hour average, I'd say. So it's not bad on any of the mobility. And it is an ugly tank, I will say that. That's one of the only things I can say is that the Chimera is kind of ugly, but I'm really surprised that I haven't seen a lot of these in the matchmaker. But here we go. Let's get straight into position and see how everything does work out. So my team, okay, good. I thought that my light wasn't going to go this way. So as you can see, easily cruising up to 50 kilometers per hour. One thing that's really nice about this vehicle is it weighs literally like 60 tons. So if you ram another medium or a light, let's say like that lightweight, oh yeah, that guy's going to be feeling it when he goes back into the garage. So I don't really know what the enemy team's doing right now. I'm not sure if we can really penetrate that lightweight through the turret, but it looks like they're pushing quite a bit of their heavies to the heavy side. So there's the Comet. Let's see if we can nail him. There we go, 382, and that's a low roll. Like, we took off a third of that Comet's HP, and that was, yeah, as you could tell there. My aiming, yeah, not spectacular, but even with not great aiming, you can still just rip apart a tier 7 tank like that. So we got the AMX here. I doubt that guy's going to pull forwards, but come on, dude, you know you want to. Oh, please do it. I don't think he's going to. I just, you know, sometimes you got that gut feeling that they will. There we go. We got the lightweight and kaboom. Okay, that was an awful shot. You didn't see that, but let's keep driving here. So we got the 1375. This tank also has decent armor for like a big bad medium at this. Oh, here we go. Comet. There you go. 554 on a ram. That's the Chimera. Now we did lose a little bit of HP on the ram. I will say that, about 400, but still the ability to ram a tank for 500 hit points is quite ridiculous. Now we load the HE. There you go, another 594. Like, you can start to see why the Chimera is such a deadly tier 8 medium tank. So this Bulldog, this poor guy here, he's got 4 seconds left, and, you know, he might hurt us a little bit here, but, well, yeah, there you go, 570, 600, oh my god. So, yeah, you can see why I love the Chimera. There's just nothing bad going for it. We rammed that guy, so we're already sitting at around 2,000 damage, plus that fire, so maybe 2,300. This is just a fantastic tank. So, right off the bat, this is rare that I say this, but I actually do think that this tank is worth the price. I normally don't, but like, look at that. 550 damage in a singular shell that penned right through the side armor. One nice thing is that since you do have a large caliber gun, it's way easier to penetrate through tough targets that you normally wouldn't be able to. But like, really, I just ruined the enemy team's day. So here we go. Let's see what else we got. So we got the lightweight right out in the open. Let's see if we can pen a shell into this lightweight. There you go. 427, just nonchalantly backing up. Now we are probably going to get tapped by him, but not the end of the planet. We're already sitting at 2,500. Put on our adrenaline here. Let's scoot our way forwards here. Maybe get another shot into this tiger. Come on, and fire. There you go, 440. So we're already sitting well over 3,000 damage. And, like, this is just the Chimera. It's just such an easy tank to rack up the damage in. So one more shot here into this Tiger 2's weak side armor, and boom, 406. A low roll, but who cares, you know what I mean? Like, the nice thing about this tank is even your low rolls are still dealing, like, 400 damage a shot. So all we have left is this IS-5 over here, who let's get a nice little meaty tap right into the side of, and well, actually I guess not the side, but you can see that penetration values are absolutely fine on the tank, getting right through the frontal armor. So yeah, that was an average game in the Chimera, I'd say. You know, we did 4,300 damage. I also just noticed that my microphone seems to be quite loud, so I did just turn it down for you guys so you don't just get deafened by me. But without further ado, let's get struck into one more game here, just to continue up the good luck in the Chimera. So, as I said, in my personal opinion, I do think that the Chimera is actually worth the price. Sometimes, you know, 10,000 gold is quite expensive for a tier 8, but not only are you getting the tank, but it's fully equipped with the legendary camo. And this is, in my opinion, the strongest tier 8 medium in the game. In fact, one of the strongest premiums. You can do better in this than I actually think than like a WZ-120 if played correctly. Now, of course, you can't just go rushing this tank out in the open. Like, you can't think, oh, because Drool said it's the strongest medium, I can go drive it right out in the open in front of an M6 Experimental and a WT, because obviously that's not going to work well, and you're going to be destroyed in about half a second. You still got to play lenient, you got to know what you're doing, but when you play it smart, and you can see I even have that aiming time consumable on, because, you know, Wargaming also gave this those special consumables, so not only do I have the ability to hit people very hard, I can also shoot across the map with about 0 dispersion, so it's pretty much got everything you'd want going for it. So I'm just going to patiently wait in this bush here, see if anybody wants to pull out and play with me. Doesn't look like it, and I'm going to do the risky move of pushing out first. I normally don't like to do this, but I of course want to try and shoot people as they cross. Our T-92, yeah, you're not going to have much fun there, buddy. I would get out of that base if I were you very quickly, because they're going to be popping up all around the corners here, but I'll be waiting here. This thing I don't think has a good camo rating. One issue with it is it's quite large. Like, all British vehicles are large, but this one, yeah, very, very large at that. Here we go, though. Nice tap right in the side of an M6 again. Just 435, backing up now. And the nice thing as well is that your reload is like 13 seconds, which means that you're going to be undetected by the time you're reloaded. So now I can pop back up. I'm not spotted by the enemy team, and now we can try and get another nice beefy tap right back in. So this is where I put on my aiming time consumable, and we can see if we can just, well, didn't hit the weak spot I wanted to, but you can see that the aiming time consumable is also great because it does aim in very quickly on those spots. I've got about 0 dispersion now. So like this RU, we're going to put on our adrenaline here, and let's just aim right at the front plate. Oh, just hit the track wheel. That sucks for me. It does have bad shell velocity, I will say, on the HE. Not necessarily the best, because it does, of course, have a larger caliber. Shell velocity is one thing that does kind of struggle on the vehicle a little bit, but it's not the end of the planet. So we got the M6 aside here. Again, we're going to try an HE and fire. There you go. Finally getting that nice shot we wanted for 560, just backing up. Like, I'm literally running this like a tank destroyer, and it's still working quite well, because this thing can pretty much do it all. So let's see if that M6 wants to back up again. I doubt he's going to. There's no way. So let's see what else we got here. Well, you know what? He might back up. He's getting hit quite hard. Oh, yeah, that was a nice snap. I didn't shoot the HE because I figured, you know what? My luck was quite good already there. We're not going to shoot another HE. So, sitting at around 1,600 damage, and now I might be able to make the aggressive, bold move of pushing in aggressive here. So, we got the RU's butt. Let's just, oof. Yeah, there you go. Not necessarily the most accurate gun, as we do know. You got the alpha, so, you know, it's kind of a trade. Do you want alpha? Do you want penetration? Everything. This thing gets a lot of pen. It got a lot of alpha. But sadly, the gun does not have the best accuracy overall. But again, like, I'm able to hit that guy quite hard, and now we're sitting at 2,000 damage here, so let's see. I'm actually just going to push aggressive on him. I'm not sure how long his reload is, but you know what, we're about to find out, I guess. So let's pull out here. I want to see if he's actually going to try and pull out on me. Come on, dude, you know you want to. Ooh. Yes, there you go. 392 right in the track wheel. Not only tracking him, but backing up. One other nice thing I forgot to add is that when you have alpha, you're able to kind of track people a lot easier. So like this VK45, yeah, he'll hit like a truck, but we can actually track him. Again, there you go. Another nice tap for 419. And this is the part I meant where I don't mind trading with big alpha players, because that guy does 460, which, yeah, is normally a huge amount of damage per shot. But like with this gun, that's not even like a massive amount. So there you go. 418, the rear, that 54. I was going to try and ram him up the butt, but well, it doesn't look like that's going to help me too much. So let's see if we can maybe get this ISU 130 for our final shot in the game here. Oh, I would love to be able to. Come on. Not able to get the shell into him. But you know what? We got the 54. Let's see if we can slam a shell. There you go. 50 damage. So 2 very solid games in the Chimera. And this shows what the tank's about, is you can pretty much do everything in it. I stayed at the back of the map, did still 3,300 damage. It earns great credits if you are waiting to get an excellent tier 8 vehicle that you're going to enjoy, not going to collect dust in your garage. I used this in ratings. It is truly a spectacular tank. And all of you Droodles fans out there that have been watching me play ratings and other live streams, you know that this is a vehicle I always say to pick up when it comes out. I was praying that it wouldn't come in crates, and here you guys go. So that's my personal opinion on the Chimera. Get it while it's out. It's a spectacular vehicle. Wargaming is not paying me to do this. If they were, I would have to say I'm sponsored by Wargaming, and I am not. So this is my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But other than that, I hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and hopefully you enjoyed this new recording setup.